What's going on YouTube? Fred's back once again with another video. Today we are going to be looking into doing a comparison video with the PS5 and the Xbox Series X. So the stage is currently set. Xbox in one corner, PS5 in the other, and you're asking yourself, what do we do? The next gen consoles are just around the corner. The pre-orders have already started and you're wondering to yourself what to do. I understand it is a complicated decision, and I'm going to try and help you to make a good decision on what you think should be the best buy for you. So make sure you do stay tuned. If you do enjoy the video, make sure you drop a like, drop a sub, and turn on them post notifications. Other than that, lads, we're going to jump straight right into the video. So now that we have a price point for both the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox, it's now time to unpack the whole situation and really lay it out there on the floor and have a look at it in a more clear and crisp way. So should we buy the new console? Should we wait? Should we get a new PC? Call it a day. Everyone's answers is going to vary depending on the personal situation, but the very best that I can do is educate you to make the right decision for your benefits and make sure that you're getting the correct needs for yourself. So starting off, so we know that the price point for the PS5, they've already released it. It's going to be $499, so US $499. You're talking €500 for EU, and £450 for, you know, the likes of the UK. Now, in my opinion, I think the price point is quite reasonably set, and I will go into more detail in relation to this, but nonetheless, you know, the price point, it may seem quite high for some people, but at the end of the day, you will see massive gains previous to the PS4. Starting off with the specs for the PS5, which is what everyone wants to know. The GPU will be able to hit a whopping 10.28 teraflops with 36 CUs at 2.23 gigahertz. Now the PlayStation 5 will support external hard drives, and for all you audiophiles, the PS5's audio will be powered by the Tempest engine, which will be a significant step up from the PS4 audio. So nonetheless, we definitely see a huge increase in performance for the PS5 this year, and it is great to see that, you know, technology is advancing hugely. Even comparing all these specs to the PS5, this is a huge leap and a huge gain for the likes of console players, especially when it comes to gaming and just general enjoyment. To have a much more faster console to be able to do the things that you want to do at a much more efficient and better performance is going to be much more better. And not only that, like the PS5, you will be able to game more efficiently with gaining up to 120 frames on your newest and latest games, you know. So that is one great benefit that we can see, and for sure I can guarantee that everyone is going to be grateful of this, because playing on console at 30, you know, very limited, like 60 FPS, it's very rare that you will always get a consistent frame rate on a console, because the CPU and the GPU just cannot handle that. Well, now that we have a console with this power, you know, we can now game and play games that we enjoy on a much more higher refresh rate, and not even that, pushing out outstanding quality. So that is absolutely great to see. I'm so proud that PS5 have now pushed the standards even higher. So if any of this sounds familiar to you, the Xbox Series X also announced that the CPU will be packing a Zen 2 8-core 3.8 GHz CPU powered by AMD's RDNA 2 architecture and a 16GB of GDDR6 memory. But there are two key differences here. The Series X I/O throughput is sitting at 2.4 GHz per second raw, or 4.8 GB per second compressed. Now the PS5, however, can hit an I/O throughput of 5.5 GB per second raw and around 8.9 gigabytes per second compressed. Basically, the PS5 can move a lot more data per second than the Xbox Series X, and that can lead to better performance in games. Now yes, it supports a regular spinning hard drive, but only for last gen games. The PS5, however, will accept third-party NVMe SSDs that fit into a bay. In today's streams, Mark Senery also confirmed support for faster SSDs that will be out by the end of the year. But as Digital Foundry suggests, they're likely to be on the expensive side. Still, this is welcome news, as consumers won't need to rely on expensive proprietary drives from Sony and can go for cheaper options. But be aware, those drives still need to be certified by Sony, so don't just go buying any SSD. So there you have it. I went through a quick synopsis between the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X. Now I am going to go into a little bit of detail on my personal opinion on what I think should be the best buy for use, but of course, as said, it is down to personal preference. And what I mean by this is that it really is down to what you're looking for as a gamer. Are you looking for a more crisp gameplay, more better visual effects, much more gaming experience when it comes to smoothness? Then you are most likely looking with the PS5, whereas with the Xbox Series X offers a much more beefy processing power. And what I mean by this is that with applications currently that are open on your Xbox, you can run almost up to 5 games simultaneously at the same time, whereas the PS5 cannot support this. So bear in mind that the Xbox Series X visual effects and gaming experience is not to be frowned upon, because nonetheless the Xbox Series X has some outstanding performance, offering true 4K gaming experience. As we've seen, both these consoles can support up to 120 frames per second. Now of course we cannot comment on this yet because of the fact that these consoles have not fully been shown. So of course, once the release comes out for these two consoles and we start to see more information on what these can actually push and potential of these consoles, we will have a much more in-depth and much more better answer for you. But if you were to ask me right now what I was to go for between the Xbox Series X and the PS5, I would go with the Xbox Series X, simply because of the processing power with the applications and everything else like that, because of the fact that I am a daily streamer. If I was to go and use the Xbox Series X, because of the processing power and the teraflops and everything like that there itself, that would work much better for me. And of course, as I said, it is down to personal preference. Not only that, the Xbox Game Pass and everything like that works well with me. I can use the Xbox Game Pass to play on my PC if I wanted to go and play games. But as I said, this is a huge factor and it is all down to use. Of course, you may have friends that have PS5s and you want to go and fit in that niche, and that is perfectly fine. But for some people that want to stand out and go the opposite way, it does not make a difference. And the reason for this is because crossplay is becoming such a big factor in today's generation with consoles. So with that being said, lads, we've come to the end of the video right now. Make sure you do drop a like and subscribe, and let me know down in the comment sections on what console you are going to go for. So whether that is the PS5 or the Xbox Series X, I would love to know, and let me know the reason down in the comments. With that being said, lads, have a lovely day. See you in a bit.